Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in Palmanova. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my live stream from over here in a very cloudy Palmanova. But spoiler alert, it's not raining, not yet anyway. We're going to take a look up in the mountains. We're going to see if we can see some rain incoming, but I am prepared. So if it does rain, I can keep this live stream going. But I'm going to let you know where we are today. Now I'm going to just spin the camera around. Let's have a look. Good afternoon to all the people waiting as well. Now look, you can see I'm right at the entrance here of Palmanova. I haven't started a live stream from here just yet, but you can see we're at this main roundabout. We've got a huge public car park here to my left-hand side, which was incredibly busy and full. I had to wait for a space, but I've got my first piece of good news from over here in Palmanova today, and that is that we have a dragon sushi. Now, we love these places in Palma City. They're all over Palma City Centre, and they're all you can eat sushi, takeaways, and well, eat-ins. Obviously, you can just order what you want basically for a set price. Can't actually see a set price, but it is, I think it's about €15 during the week. Oh, look, really friendly guys there as well. I'm sure that has just opened. I'm absolutely positive it's just opened. But really, really good value if you're coming over here on holiday. Hello, hola, Gadal. Now, we're going to look up at the clouds today because this is what I'm worried about, and it is very, very humid. So you can see the entranceway here to Palmanova. That cloud is coming down, and that weather just doesn't look fantastic. In fact, the last time I live streamed from over here, you may remember it was a similar situation, except it was raining and I was wearing a coat, but we do have 20 degrees here today. It's not cold, but it isn't actually very warm, but it's not cold. When we get down to the waterfront, I'm going to see who's in the chat. Let me just come down this main entranceway, and we've come straight on from the entrance, from the main roundabout coming down into Palmanova. If you're arriving here in Palmanova on your transfer bus, you'll probably be coming this way to get to most of the hotels. If you're catching the TIB bus as well, the red and yellow bus from Palma, you'll be also coming this way into the resort. And already, look, we're seeing a nice little stretch of bars and restaurants. But it is very, very busy over here in Palmanova this weekend. Of course, we've got lots of people over for the Easter holidays, which is amazing. Now, I can see some super jets that have come in. I will get to those. Let me just get down to the waterfront. It's also very noisy down here today. We've got a nice little selection of bars coming down this side here, which will be very relevant if you're staying on this very far side of the resort. Don't forget it is Sunday, so we've got some businesses closed over here, but we're going to walk through the resort this afternoon, and we're going to actually see that most things are open, and we've got a few new additions, including, like we just saw right at the beginning, the dragon sushi, which I'm really pleased about actually. Anyway, let's go and head down to the beach, which is right in front of me. I can see the Calvia sign. Gosh, it's so busy. Right, let's try and get across the road. Let's see who's going to stop. Matias. Yeah, restaurants all the way down this stretch. And we're coming up to another building site here, actually. Do you remember the Italian that was here last summer? Can't really get the camera over, but look. That's what it's looking like at the moment, a pile of rubble. Unusual actually that work seem to have only just started taking place here, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to see another high-end beach bar on this side of the island. Just being waved at. Anyway, come on, let's go down and have a look at the beach, and I'm going to get into the chat and see who's in today. Ah, it's a little bit calmer and quieter down here, thank goodness. Now, is there anyone on the beach? That is the big question. And check out Palmanova's very first beach. This is Escargador Beach this afternoon. Okay guys, first of all I have to say a very huge thank you to Tommy this afternoon for your super chat, and to James, and also I'm just scrolling through, lovely Lisa, thank you very much sweetheart, that's very, very kind of you. I can also see as well, I have a super chat here from Gurkhan, wishing you a fantastic stream, have a great one. Thank you Gurkhan, I hope you're doing well today. And also from Stefan as well. Stefan, thank you very much, that's super kind of you. That really is super kind of you. Now amazingly, we do have people out and about this summer. I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix day for many residents over here on the island, but like I said, it's not cold really at all, and it's actually still quite nice to get out and about. We haven't had as much rain as was forecast today, and if you are coming over this week, I would say don't worry too much about the weather forecast. Today was forecast to be a bit of a washout. It hasn't been, and I think it rained a little bit this morning, and that was about it. Yesterday we did have a little bit more rain, but like I said, you honestly cannot believe the weather forecast until you put your head out of the window in the morning. So who have we got on the live today? Andrew, hello, you are in Palmanova right now. Brilliant, you're in the Venetian Palace watching the F1 with a drink. It's an F1 day today, it makes a change from the football. Linda, oh bless, Linda and Paul, good afternoon. I know you've just arrived in Magaluf this afternoon, and you're watching, I do believe, over in Benny Hills. Robin, good afternoon. You hit Palmanova tomorrow and you can't wait. The weather's not great for the week. I wouldn't worry, don't worry about it. We are going to get better weather as we head on into the kind of middle end of the week, but even so, as I said, today was meant to be a washout. It hasn't been, and it is warm, and there are still people on the beach. Look, just looking over to my left hand side, very interesting as well. Look, I can see they've got some blue mesh right at the end of the boardwalk here. Is that going to make access into the water even easier for people? Because I have complained in the past that the boardwalks just finish, but I shall be investigating that as we go on. If you go back and watch my video from Santa Ponsa during the week as well, you'll see that they do have some improvements to make on the boardwalk, on the disabled access getting onto the beaches. And I did receive a message from one of my lovely viewers, Sally Ann, who did actually help me out with my accessibility video a while back. And I forwarded that on to Calvia Town Hall to see if they can get that fixed, ready for people to come over. Now look, we're just at the far end of the beach. We've got this whole little cluster of bars and restaurants. Got the Fergus Palmanova. Also guys, I'm still waiting to hear back from the airport as well about special assistance for this summer. I shall keep you updated. Let's see if I have news on the other side of Easter, who knows. But look, it has been nice today, because if we had bad weather, the Azor would not have opened this afternoon, and it has. And there are people sitting outside it as well. Gosh, it's busy. Let me get past. Just power down. You can see we do have quite a few people over here in Palmanova today. Do you want to see what the views look like from this beach bar? Let's have a quick look. Check it out. You see, look. And if I'm not mistaken as well, I think we've got more sunbeds over here than we had last year. But everything is open over here in Palmanova now for summer 2025. Look, everything's open. Loads of people out enjoying a late lunch. Anyway, let me get back into the chat. Now, I can see many of you are looking forward to coming up, are looking forward to your up and coming holiday, which is very exciting. can see the reps are out and about today as well. Nice to see there are still some holiday reps operating over here in the resorts too, and not just having that, that online service. Let me see where you're heading off to. Jeremy, good afternoon. I see you're watching from Yorkshire. T98, you're heading to the Matias Beach Hotel, but you normally go to Sakoma. Well, you'll have a wonderful holiday there, I'm sure. Sharon, good afternoon. Very nice comment from you. Please can I say hello to Ben and Zach, who are visiting for their first ever time abroad. Now, how exciting is that? Don't forget to get those passports checked as well. Just in case you got them a few years ago, make sure they're still in date. Jim, hello to you as well. Boss lady, hilarious. June, good afternoon, and hi to everyone. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Not a bad day in Rotherham, but it was sunnier last week. I can just see a super chat's popped up. Let me just head on back down again. Sean, thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. That's super kind. Thank you so much, hey. Right, anyway, come on, let's head on up into the middle of the resort. Oh, come on, who has stolen the sunshine today? It's the Easter holidays. We're supposed to be having lovely, lovely weather here. We're supposed to be having blue sky and sunshine, and it has been a lovely week. I do have some videos coming out over the course of the next few days, just so you can see how gorgeous it actually has been. But as you can see, we've got grey skies this afternoon. Everything's open. Look, the Acme supermarket as well. Sometimes they stock British products in there. Oh, do you know what? It's starting to rain. I can feel the first spots of rain. I can't believe it. I did not know what time to do this live stream today because I couldn't really tell with the weather forecast whether it's going to rain or not. So I set it for this time. Right, let me get under cover. I'm going to have to put my brolly up. Let's go under here. Now look, I'm just standing outside of Stadium. I think it's been rebranded for the summer. I think they have it also a kids disco too, early on in the evening. It's a big nightlife area over here. Let me pop the brolly up. I do feel a bit of a wuss here because no one else is going to have their brollies up because it's not raining that heavily. I just don't want to wreck my equipment. Now I can't see the chat. Guys, I do apologise. We will do random stops under cover so I can get into the chat. But hopefully this is just going to be the few spits and spots of rain and not a huge downpour. I feel like issuing an apology here for the weather. I've had all these lovely sunny videos coming out from Mallorca over the past couple of months, and then suddenly we hit this patch of bad weather. Anyway, let's keep going because check this out over here, look. Loads of businesses open. We really have flicked the switch for summer here in Palmanova. If it wasn't for the weather, it's great to see people back in the resorts and over here on holiday, even though it looks a bit more like Brighton than Palmanova. Or a rainy day in Weymouth even. Has it stopped spitting? If it has, I'm going to get this brolly down, otherwise I can't see the chat. James, good afternoon. I can see you've just popped up. How are you doing? Hello to Callum as well, if you're watching. I know you're looking forward to your holiday very soon. John and Marie as well, I can just see your super chat has popped up. You say as well, and I'm going to have a look at that in just a second. Let me take this brolly down. Let's have a look. I think it stopped. You say 160 days until you're back in Porto Poyensa. Definitely not long now. Brilliant. Bev, good afternoon. 64 days until you're back in Palmanova. Brilliant. Right, let's get the brolly back on my arm again. Now, as you can see, any little tiny bits of rain we have over here is spitting. Can't believe it. It's not really bothering anybody though. Look, people are still out. And look what we've got today. Look, we've got all the beach nets up. We've got the volleyball nets up over here in Palmanova. Dave, I've just seen 277 people are watching. Goodness me. Welcome everybody to my live stream from over here in Palmanova in Mallorca. If you're wondering why this live stream has just popped up onto your YouTube home screen and you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I bring out loads of content from over here in Mallorca to help you prepare for your holiday. I've got all the latest holiday news, travel tips, travel guides and more, as well as some live walkarounds too. Just having a look around here at the Tropico. They've got some nice new shops as well. That jewellery shop was open last summer, I seem to remember. Let's head on under this tree and take a look at the beach. Hello, how are you?
Not bad, thank you.
I'm live.
I know
You're watching me. Are you here on holiday?
Yes, we are. We've been watching all of your videos. So that's been really helpful, especially with the buses. So that's been fantastic. Thank you so much.
And how's your holiday been so far?
Really nice. Obviously, a couple of days of rain.
Yeah.
But overall, the weather's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah, and the rain hasn't ruined your holiday. You found enough to do.
We went into Palma today on the bus.
Okay. How busy was that?
It wasn't too bad actually.
Today it wasn't too bad. Okay.
No, but a little bit of rain there, but it's been really, really, really nice.
Fantastic. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Lovely. And whereabouts are you from?
We're from Kings Lynn in Norfolk.
Okay. Brilliant.
Yes, that's where we're from. We're staying at the Fergus up at the top of Palmanova.
And how was that?
Yeah, it's been great.
Brilliant.
Loved everything there. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Nice.
Oh, I love it. Fantastic. Well, it's nice to have you over here on holiday.
We were over there, so we ran and we saw your live video and we ran up.
With the brolly up and the brolly down. Oh my goodness. And you guys are enjoying your holiday as well?
Enjoyed it so far, yes.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, have an amazing time.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for watching as well. Cheers, bye. Brilliant. We've got, oh my goodness, we're over 300 on the live this afternoon. That's amazing. That's amazing. Ronnie and Diane, I see you're watching as well. I've just seen you pop up. Lee, yes, it is Mallorca under the brolly today. Hazel, good afternoon. End of June for you. Brilliant. And I know exactly where you're staying as well. You're going to be staying at the San Matias Beach Hotel too. I do remember you from last year. You did come onto the channel as well. And you were in one of the videos. Go and check out if you want to see what other holiday makers' opinions are of coming to Palmanova on holiday. You can see Hazel and some other very happy holiday makers in a video I made about Palmanova, and I put that out just before Christmas, I think. Do you know what? I think the brolly's going to have to go back up again. Do you know what? I left my coat in the car. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Living the dream. Guys, you are staying over at the Fergus Bermuda. I hope you are having a really nice holiday. And Glyn, you are in the live today as well. Are you at work? You're on 8% charge, but you're dry. Lucky you. I'm just checking my equipment here, just making sure it's not getting too wet. If I see too many spits and spots, that brolly's gonna have to go up, but I do hate juggling an umbrella and doing the live stream too. So look, it's looking rather nice and bustling over here. Just coming up by a tropical beach. We've got the Reverence Mare Hotel or Reverence Mar, however you want to pronounce it, right in front of me, in case that's where you're staying. And we're just coming up by the Dolphin Bar too, and the piano bar. You can see, I think we've got some football on today. So I've noticed that we've got loads of TVs on up and around the resort. So if you're coming over here on holiday, you don't need to worry about missing your match, because there's just literally tons of huge screens. But my goodness, look, the Tringo rice restaurant across the way there is absolutely rammed. If you are going out on a Sunday and you do want a Sunday lunch, particularly if it's raining, make sure you get your table booked, because already we're seeing some really, really busy restaurants over here. Kim, 13 days until you head to Calabona. Brilliant. Joe and Sue, good afternoon. I can't keep up with the chat. I know I've missed so many of you off today. You're staying at the Rey Don Jaime Hotel on the 9th of May. Brilliant. Tally, good afternoon. You're counting down to your visit to Mallorca in June and Puerto Poyense in September. Absolutely marvellous. You go and check out the atmosphere over here, over at Reflex. Has somebody just scored? I don't know what's going on over there. Let's go and have a quick look. I think there's a huge party over at Banana Joe's. Let's go and have a quick look. If you remember, last time I was down here, some of these bars hadn't opened. Let's go and have a quick, oh goodness me, look, it's our first hen party this afternoon. I can see the bride. Looks like they're having an amazing time over here. And in fact, I've seen quite a few stag and hens over here recently. Yeah, look, we've got a big stag party happening over here in Banana Joe's. We're up round the back of Castaways as well. Let's go and head on down the beach. Now I am picking up the pace a little bit just because I can feel that rain coming along a little bit. It's not ideal. It's not ideal. When we get down to the beach, we're going to get back into the chat as well. We'll just get past the kids' playground. But yeah, look, we are coming up past Paradise Beach. And the good thing is actually, look, even if it is raining, most of these outdoor venues have got massive umbrellas here, not just for the sun, to keep the sun off when the sun does come out, but also for the rain as well. So you can still get to sit out. Now we're just coming up by the Il Chiringo and also the Melia Hotel too, and our first luxury offering over here in Palmanova for this summer. You may remember last year there were various areas of the beach where you could rent these very luxury umbrellas and sunbeds. And we're coming up to the first part. Let me just power on ahead. I can get back into the chat. Ginny, you're off to Sakoma in June. Fantastic. Newcastle and Man United starting in 5 minutes. Thanks, guys. If I see a huge drop off from the live stream, I'm going to know why. But you can come back to it because it is available on replay on the live tab on YouTube. If you are watching the match, fingers crossed for Newcastle United. Sharon, 14 days till you arrive in Calador. I will be over in Calador soon, and I was going to go down there this week, but I thought I'd just wait for a little bit more to open down that way, and I'll bring you a proper update as well in the not too distant future. John, you're saying you agree with me. If you're on those sunbeds, you could definitely hold hands with people on the next one. Yeah, they have packed them in, haven't they? Goodness. This is called Monetizing Mallorca, look. And I'm sure this has been extended. I have to look back at my footage from last year actually to see if we've got even more sunbeds out than we had last year. I mean, this area just looks vast and expanded. I'm sure it's the case. And look, we've got the barley beds here right at the back. Must admit, if I was going to rent a barley bed, I kind of wanted it at the front of the beach. But anyways, it's not the case. All the big barley beds down here, which are up for rent, are right at the back of the beaches. But, and I don't think, I have a feeling they're not going to start charging for the rentals until the 1st of May either. I'm not sure, I haven't seen any of the beach service people out either. And look, we've got the little chiringos open on the beach as well. These are owned by the same owners as we have over in Costa della Calma, if you watched my video from the other day. But as I always say, make sure you support the local businesses. And we're not seeing everywhere open at the moment. Look, we've got Rogers, which hasn't yet opened for the summer. I'm sure he's going to open in a few weeks, I hope. Very long-standing bar. It's stopped raining, thank goodness. But do you know what? And I've said this in every video, no matter what day I go out on, you always see, whatever the weather, you see people in the water. I've got people in the water right in front of me. Someone's just coming out, which is hilarious. Ricky, good afternoon from Aberdeenshire in Scotland. I wonder what your weather is going to be like. Living the dream, you'll ask if I'm going to be doing a live on Easter Sunday. You're going to be in town. I won't be because well, not obviously, but I will be going to go and see my family this week. In fact, I'm going to be travelling through the airport this week as well. So make sure you watch out for my airport video, which will be coming out during the course of the week. I'll let you know what my experience is, and let's hope it was better than the last one, because we are in the Easter season. We're coming up to the Easter holidays, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed actually regarding our experience. Alex, you're heading, no, not Alex, Adam, you're heading over to Alcudia in August. Stacey, you're staying in the Globalis Santa Lucia for the 3rd time, and this is where I'm coming up to, actually. Rachel, 7 weeks to Porto Poyensa, 12 days till Alcudia, brilliant. Julie, you're coming out to Sakoma in June. Breezer, you're over on the 1st of May. Fantastic. Look, some busy beach bars down here. Of course, the bars are going to be pretty busy this afternoon with the iffy weather that we've got. And don't forget to check out my island update tomorrow. I always give an update about the most pressing issues happening on the island or in the world of travel. And I do have a very important video tomorrow for anyone coming over in the next couple of weeks. I've got quite a considerable update for you as well, so watch out for that. Plus, I'll have a good look at the weather forecast for the week ahead in that. Do you know what? The people in the water a little bit further on as well. Ricky, 8 degrees where you are. I hope not. You do realise I'm UK bound here in a few days. Kind of hoping for a little bit of sunshine. It's not getting it here in Mallorca today, that's for sure. George is saying it's freezing in Aberdeenshire. Diane, hello, you are also on the live this afternoon. John and Marie, thank you. Yes, for the reminder. Guys, please hit the thumbs up button or the like button or whatever you wish to call it, because it will roll the video out to others who are interested in coming over to Palmanova on holiday. It really does a lot to support the channel actually, so please give me the thumbs up if you can. If you like this live stream, I'd really appreciate it. I know, Lydia, you know, I should have been in the UK this week. I wish I was, but my daughter didn't finish school for the Easter holidays until Friday. So I've been watching the weather over in the UK thinking, my goodness, it looks so lovely and so nice. And I know lots of kids started their their Easter holidays a week before we did. The minute my daughter goes on school holidays, it starts raining. Absolutely gutted. Hoping to get a little bit of beach time before going away, but it's not the case. Or even get some beach time in the UK, but it's not the case. Gary, you're asking about Alcudia and also the new Luna's Bar and Grill. I know absolutely nothing about that opening, but of course I will find out for you. I will be back in Alcudia very soon as well on my return, so I'll give you all the up-to-date information I get as we head on into May. Sue, you're right, the Palmanova still looks beautiful. You can't really get a bad day, and when you're up high like this and you just look at the views, even of that cloud coming down over the mountains, it is still really stunning. Nick, I've just seen your comment. It's freezing in Newport in South Wales. You had to turn the heating on. Am I going to have to dig out the north face to get back to the UK in a couple of days? Is this what's going to have to happen? I really hope not. Thought I was done with the big coats. It's almost May. I mean, how long can winter possibly go on for? Let's take a look over here. Look, we're just coming up to beach number 3, Son Matias Beach. Just looking out towards Torrenova. Ah, I see someone mentioning Palma. Now, I did a slightly different video yesterday actually. I put a video out about escaping the crowds basically in Palma, and you'll see my news update tomorrow. You'll understand why I put that video out. It was a slightly different video. Those types of videos don't really get the views, especially Palma, but I'm going to put out some quite interesting content about Palma this summer as well, because I know everybody doesn't just want to go to the resorts, and there's lots to see and do in Palma as well. So please look out for my content. I'm going to have plenty coming up as we go on through the summer, and hopefully quite possibly a guide as well, we'll see. I can hear some live music booming out from somewhere. I think that may be in CISOs. I don't think they've got any kind of noise limiter. A lot of the bars actually in Mallorca, if you're ever wondering why the music isn't on very loud in some places, it's because they have to limit the sounds coming out from the bars. So I'm very surprised to hear music billowing over from a bar. And I think, yeah, it must be CISOs. I don't know. Quite possibly, I could be wrong, but we're going to go and have a look. Now look, while they're starting to get the sports equipment out on the beach, it's not quite available to rent just yet. Don't worry if you're coming over in May. All this will be up and ready to rent. I can see loads of people sitting on the wall down there. What's going on? Looks like some kind of gym event. Right, we are coming up to what's going to be the brand new beach bar where the former F&C was. We're going to obviously have a quick look around the side. Just bring the camera around. Look, let me just give you a few views here. Got the lovely palm trees over here. I mean, this beach is just so pretty. And last summer as well, it never did get really, really super packed either. Looks like they're doing some kind of fitness thing down there. It's a massive group of kids. I'm going to have to go around the back of the Son Matias Beach Hotel. I think I feel like I need to avoid them actually. But anyway, look, I'm just panning the camera around here, look, so you can see how works here are getting along. They are getting along, but they are not ready just yet. They've got music absolutely playing out. I don't know if you can see what I mean here, look. Which way are they going? it's a Sunday today, so I'm not quite sure what that is. And I'm pretty sure it's another summer camp either operating on the Sunday, but let's go around the back. Oh no, are they heading in my direction? It's a little bit hard to tell. This is all we need. Look, we've got a massive stereo and and loads of kids. Right, gonna just quickly take a quick look up the side here as well. I know many of you watching are keen to know what else is around the back of the Santa Lucia. If you've watched my previous videos, right in front you've got the very nice Iroko bar and restaurant. You've also got the Three Brothers pub too. They've pulled the screens down on that today just so it'll allow people to sit out in case it does rain. The really heavy rain actually isn't due to set in until much later on this evening, so hopefully everyone will be back in their hotel rooms. But I don't know if you can really see, it is looking pretty busy over there. Gosh, it's absolutely packed. Absolutely packed, and they're all watching the football too. We've also got loads more bars and restaurants down this back street too as well. Iroquois actually closed at the moment as well. I think they'll probably open up a little bit later on. But this is the entrance to the Global Santa Lucia Hotel. And right in front of us we can see the San Matias Beach Hotel too. Have those kids moved away? No, they haven't. Right, I'm going to go round. Des, good afternoon. Lovely to see you here. Haven't seen you for a while. Belinda, yes, I'm back in the West Country in a few days' time. Back in Dorset. I've heard the traffic actually. The lovely Louise, who helps to moderate and admin the Mallorca Under the Sun Facebook group, she said the traffic on the M5 heading southwest from Bristol was really super heavy yesterday. So I imagine lots of people are already making that getaway before Easter. Oh, they've headed onto the boardwalk. I don't know what's going on. Do you know what? I think we're just going to power on through. Just pointing out the San Matias Beach Hotel here, and don't forget every single bedroom, every single room here has wonderful views of the beach and of the sea. If you want to find out what that hotel is like, don't forget I stayed there last year. So go and check out, I've got a couple of videos, one from the day and one from the evening. I can see somebody waving at me. Hello. Someone said, bring your coat and maybe your wellies as well if you're going to the UK. Hello, how you doing? How's your holiday? Cracking holiday, and your neighbours as well. Good afternoon, how you doing? Dave, I can't hear you. Oh, you're gonna have to put it in the chat. Motorbike Dave on YouTube. Anyways, I'm being videoed. Anyways, see you later, guys. That's hilarious. Right, we are passing the millions of kids on the beach. Right, we're coming up to where all this noise is coming from. And it is over at CISO's. Goodness, they've really gone for it with the entertainment. Like here they've got a saxophonist. Just having a quick look into the San Matias Beach as well. Look, this is their pool area. They have covered up some of their big barley beds in case it rains. Look at the views today. It's looking very moody over here in Palmanova. But oh, I see some dancing going on in here this afternoon. This is definitely where the party's taking place, it seems. Goodness. Let me know as well, guys, in the chat, your favourite places to eat and drink over here on San Matias Beach. And I think we can safely say that CISO's has got going for this summer. Even though, look, they've still got quite a bit to do on the beach over here. Well, and look, right next door to CISO's, we've got this park as well. Gosh. It's absolutely packed. Don't forget as well, look, we've got loads of restaurants running right down the back here on the other side of the park. I've also got a video about what's in this area as well. And look, they just haven't quite finished the whole summer setup over here just yet. We've still got the tractors on the beach. The olive tree is your favourite, Stacey. Wonderful. I've got a food review on there from last year, actually on my channel, if you want to go and see what that looks like. Hopefully I might have a few food reviews and restaurant reviews on the channel for this summer as well. I know I do walk by a lot of these places, and I don't eat in very many of them for obvious reasons, but hopefully you might get a few more of those types of videos online for the summer. It feels a little bit calmer down here. Ellie, you're coming back to Palmanova and you're staying over at the Casa Bonus next Monday, and you can't wait. It still looks nice. Do you know what? There's still a great atmosphere down here, even though it's cloudy. I don't think anyone's really overly bothered about the weather, to be honest. One big advantage is that you're not going to get too sunburnt over here today. And I can hear some more music, not just by the violinist here on the boardwalk, but up in Origin too. And we have what looks like possibly another, I don't know what's going on there, maybe a hen party, but most random site over here in Palmanova, walking along with an inflatable doll. Anyway, look, another quite nice chilled out spot over here to spend your Sunday afternoon. Need to find out what's going on over in Origin actually. They normally do the brunches. I'm not sure what they're doing this year, but I can hear some nice chilled music. Got some other lovely restaurants along this way too, and we're coming up to one of your favourites, the Olive Tree, with a few late diners in this afternoon. There is music coming from all angles here. I can hear some flamenco as well, coming from somewhere, and I suspect it's over at the jetty. But we'll go and check that out in just a second. Now, while I am over here in Palmanova, as there isn't going to be a live stream next Sunday, would you like me to head on over into Magaluf just to go and check out the beach? We're going to take a walk up the jetty. I can hear some serious going on. I wasn't expecting this at all. Sounds like it's live as well. Let me know in the chat, please. Shall I head on into Magaluf? Do you want to have a quick look at the beach while we're over here? Got to say as well, some wonderful smells coming from down here from the restaurants. Look, I can just see somebody wandering into the water too. James, you're saying yes. Gurkhan, you're saying you don't like noisy areas. Well, maybe the middle parks or Matias Beach may not be your thing today. Nicola, can I show you where Blackbeards is? Actually, where Blackbeards is, actually, do you know what? That's a good idea because, sorry, hold on, because there is only one exit into Blackbeards at the moment, and it's not from the beach, obviously because of the works. So why don't we take a walk over there? Should we just go and hear where this music is coming from? I'm gonna have to keep talking, I'm afraid, but it sounds quite flamenco-y, and it's not often you get live Spanish music from over here in Palmanova, and it's something a little bit different actually than what you'll get over at CISO's this afternoon. Is there a guitarist? Where is it coming from? Literally, I don't know where it's coming from. A little bit hard to see. I think maybe it's coming up from the blue bar. But look, let's just have a very quick look along these bars and you can see that everything. Look, outside La Vista, looking very nice this evening, this afternoon, up by the Scotsman too. Got pints on draft and look, we're at JJ Sports Lounge. Loads of people in this afternoon, look. So just come around the jetty here. This is where you get the Britannia jet to get your boat trips down along the coast from this side of the beach. Don't forget it also stops over on the other side of Palmanova Beach too. Let me just take a breather. Let's have a quick look at the chat here. I have to apologise for not keeping up with the chat. Joanne, silly question. There is no such thing as a silly question. Are we live now or is this already recorded? No, I'm absolutely live. And I'll tell you what, the time is, it is 7 minutes to 6. So it'll be 7 minutes to 5 if you're watching in the UK. Sue, you love a bit of flamenco. Don't often hear that in Palmanova, but as you can see, there is a really good offering music-wise down here. You've got the loud and party atmosphere in CISO. You've got some nice chilled dance music over in the Origin. You've got flamenco down on the jetty and loads of sport too. Got another request to go and see Blackbeards as well. Come on, let's go and head up on into Magaluf. Now don't forget, this point I'm sitting on here, this jetty is a great spot to watch the sunset. The sunrise is from over this way actually, where I'm pointing the camera at the moment, but in the evenings, if you do want to see the sunset, if we're going to get some clouds, and there might be quite a nice sunset here tonight, this is where you want to be coming and this is where you want to be standing. And I'm going to say that because I do have an Easter special coming out next weekend. There's a bit of a treat in there for you too, so make sure you check out that video. George, you're asking if I say tea time or supper time. Is that for dinner? Do you know, when I was little, I used to say supper, but we don't tend to, we eat so late now because we're kind of on a Spanish time frame when it comes to having dinner, that we just say dinner now. Supper for me tends to be more at like 6 p.m. And I guess when we go back to the UK, we have supper, but and tea time as well is like in the afternoon, like a cup of afternoon tea. Oh, look, we're coming back up to the Flamenco again. I'm sure it's coming out of the blue bar, which is right above Mira, I think. Look at all these people wading into the water. Brave souls from, I'm guessing, either the UK or somewhere in Northern Europe. And okay, let's go up these steps here. Let's see if we can catch sight actually of who is playing. But a live guitar. We can hear here. I think it's lovely actually. We don't hear enough Spanish music actually in the resorts, even though that's southern Spain music. Andalusian. Can we see anything going on around here? We're spying into the blue bar, folks. I'm dying to see who's playing. Ah, look, in the corner. They've got a little stage set up just over there in the corner. You can see somebody singing and playing flamenco. Oh, she's waving. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, come on, let's head on up into the direction of Magaluf Strip with a few views, final views here of San Matias Beach. Andrew and Joanne, you're in Palmanova now. Oh, you're saying something to Joanne. And says hi to Alex as she walked past, and you're having a drink. Yes, I'm very, very live at the moment. Don't forget, up to my left-hand side as well, I do have like some opinions of this Fergus hotel over here in Torre Nova. And if I just look up here, look. Let me know, guys, am I back on the live? I'm back. Oh, thank goodness for that. Goodness. Look, so many people have dropped off it. I literally hate when YouTube does this to me. Goodness. Thank goodness. Right, you can see, I've just wandered up the road here to the very top of Magaluf Strip. I'm just going to stand here for a second just to get my breath back as I legged it up the hill. Goodness me, I'm right outside of Mulligan's here. This is kind of like the starting point for the strip. Got some clubs behind us as well. Look, that party we saw a little bit earlier on is coming up the hill. Part 2. Oh, Gurkhan, honestly, I really wish it wouldn't do this. Do you know what? I hear iPhones are going to get more expensive. Maybe it's time I did upgrade the old iPhone, but we shall see if that actually does go ahead. Anyway, let's take a wander down because I want to show you where the entrance to Blackbeards is if you're wondering how to get there because of all the fencing around Magaluf Beach. I think the little nightclub over there is Banana Discos to the right hand side. Now, obviously, Magaluf Strip is completely dead at this time of day. Doesn't look like it's best either during the daytime, especially when it's grey. Of course, it all springs to life at night. And it's going to be interesting to see how busy it will be for 2025 as well. Sausage rolls, £2.50, €2.50, toasties, €3.50 in the Three Lions. Nice little family-run business there as well. Very friendly too. Always chat to the lady who's outside on the evening. Super nice people. Lisa, you are off to the Catalonia del Mar, that being Calabona. You've never been before. Does look like a lovely hotel. We're just at the top of the Scandinavian strip, the Scandi strip, as we call it, with all the Norwegian, Danish, Finnish bars just down the side here. George, you went to Magaluf when you were 18 and you're 50 now, and you still love the strip. You know what though, at this time of year you do get quite a more of an older holiday maker coming out because it's not peak season, it's not the summer, and I have seen more of kind of like an older demographic down here. But are we going to see anything in the strip open apart from the Three Lions as we head on down towards Blackbeards? We're going to go and check out the works as well and what Magaluf Beach is looking at. Go and check out my last update actually from there. I think the mayor actually apologised to everyone that it wasn't ready. Just coming up by Lennon's. They've got the football on. Good afternoon. Got more supermarkets down here. The magic of live TV. Oh goodness, don't. James, you're going to be partying down here in a few weeks. I'm sure you will be. Mike, you're saying you found Palmanova a bit excessive for drinks. Tom Brown's in Magaluf is great value for food and drink. That's also really good to know. I'm glad to see many of you have returned to the live actually, because when it did go off, you all left as well. Look, we've got another hen party heading up the strip there. Love it. And do you know what? One thing we're seeing this afternoon is that the bars are open as well, because normally some of these bars don't open until a lot later on. Mind you, I don't know what time it is. What time is it? Is it gone 6 o'clock? Early afternoon, I don't think these places will be open, but we are kind of rolling into the evening now. And we have got, look, we've got another huge screen over here too. Des, any Turkish barbers? Probably loads of them. There are loads of barbers places over here. In fact, in Magaluf, I know there is a place called Lee's Barbers. I think he's British. Look, we'll just have a quick look down here, because if you are coming over to Magaluf in the next couple of weeks and you want to enjoy the beach without those pesky works taking place, you're going to have to come down this side of it, because we're pretty much works free. It's not going to be the case this time next year, because they are going to do the renovations down this side of the beach next winter. Can hardly wait for that. Yay, John, Newcastle are winning, brilliant. Geordie Jim, well, I know you're not going to be watching this, you're going to be watching the football. The mate up in Newcastle is going to be pretty happy about that too. Crusoe's hasn't opened yet. I did pass by here actually, I passed by here a few times, and they're busy getting things underway, as they are over in Oceans too, which is looking, is it open? I don't think it is, or is it? I don't know, we're going to go and check it out. Hi guys, how are you? I can see Linda and Paul are over here. How are you doing? Wonderful. Well, look, you're glad to be here.
Very glad to be here.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm gonna have a chat to you, because I'm gonna include you on the video right after. Stick around. I'm gonna go around the back, have a look at Blackbeards, show everyone the way, and I'll come find you. But it's not looking bad, is it? It's looking. Looking
nice.
And look, actually, do you know what? Crusoe's is open. That noise you can hear behind me, incidentally, is this huge industrial fan coming out from the back of Oceans. Probably the worst place to stand, but anyways. Look, just have a quick look at the beach. So look, they've opened up access here to Oceans. Obviously, holidaymakers need to be able to try and get into here, because it has opened. I can hear some singing, I can hear music coming out, but pretty much the beachfront is still, all the works are pretty much still underway. But this is the side of Magaluf beach that you want to be coming to if you want a bit of peace. And I can see right in the distance, I'm going to zoom in, they've got a little line of sunbeds and beach umbrellas. Last time I was down here, they had absolutely nothing. So it's good to see that they've got a few rentals down there. Not very much, but they do have a few. And we can also see, look, some of the bars are starting to open as well. But anyway, let's go and have a look at the entrance to where you're going to be able to get into Blackbeards, because you can't go this way. The fence is still up and blocking the path too. Let's head on up. So question, how far is Magaluf from Palmanova and how far is it to walk? Well, like I said, about 5 minutes from where I am here. It's from one end of Magaluf into Palmanova, just a few minutes. Very easy to get to, both resorts are joined together. We've got quite a few resorts like this around the islands actually, where if you're staying in one place, you can easily get to the next place, like up in Calabona. You kind of merge into Calamilor, you then merge into Socoma and over to Siliot as well. Gosh, it's just starting to rain again. It's good timing actually. Okay, so let's get back onto the strip. You can just see the entrance. There's an entrance there to the Vista Sol around the back. One good thing though, guys, that I'm pretty pleased about is that we don't have any thunder. Oh goodness, look, all the kids that we saw earlier are all running up the strip. Check out Tokyo Joe's as we go by. We'll just let them come past me. Looks a bit active for a Sunday. Right, we are going to just quickly walk down the side of Oceans here. I'm just going to show you what Magaluf beachfront looks like before we just wander in the direction of Blackbeards. Just have a very quick look at the works taking place. Is it going to look much different to when I was last down here? If you've followed my updates, actually, you'll know that we've got huge works taking place on Palma's seafront along the Paseo Maritimo. And oh, Nicola, thank you very much for your super chat this afternoon. That's very, very kind of you. You'll know that we've got huge works taking place on the Paseo Maritimo. They're supposed to be finishing, and it doesn't even look like they've got started. But anyways, let's see what this is looking like today. Now look, they've got all the seating out over here in Oceans. I'm just going to sneak around the corner here. Let's go and have a look. Obviously in the summer, this is going to be absolutely packed down here. It's not looking too bad. I can just see loads of sand. I can't really see what else they have to do apart from a little bit of flooring and sorting out the dunes here, sorting out the sand. So, hasn't stopped anyone enjoying the afternoon though. Look, big party going on in Oceans. Brilliant. It's really good to see people back here and partying, actually, I have to say. I do have a video coming out in a few days as well of an experience I had one night. It's actually quite good to see. Right, let's just walk around because again, this is not going to be the entrance to Blackbeards. I have to go a little bit further down the strip. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks as well, we're going to see all of this cleared up too. Look around the back of the strip. It's still looking a bit of a mess. Let's get a move on for the 1st of May for the official season start. The rain stopped. But no, it hasn't. It's still raining. Okay, so we are coming down by the Red Lion, and it's going to be at this point here. You will have seen my updates over the winter that they've been renovating the Red Lion, and this is where you're going to find the entrance over to Blackbeards. Right in between the Red Lion and Unique on Magaluf Strip. Check this out. I think they've got like a new shady point here as well. All of this looks quite new. I don't think this was here before. So it's going to be really nice to see what they're going to have here for the start of the season. But look, if you're coming to Blackbeards, you've got the entrance point here. And also as well, look, works that aren't going to affect your meal either, which is really, really good to see. Okay, everyone, my goodness, I'm exhausted. Let me just come over here more or less. I have to say a huge, massive thank you for everybody who came on the live stream this afternoon, especially those that came back as well. Oh, quick question. What's my favourite thing about Mallorca? The sunshine and the amazing weather that we have over here. Pretty much 300 days of the year. Obviously not today, but I'm pretty sure that sunshine will be out pretty soon. And I'm pretty sure as well, they're going to power through with these works as well and get everything cleaned up and looking amazing for the start of the season. Great walk, have a vodka. Oh dear, bless you. Guys, thank you very much for joining me over here. I always keep my sunglasses on actually because it is actually quite bright over here. Even though it's cloudy, it is actually pretty bright. Now, I've got loads of content coming out on the channel this week for the Easter holidays. If you're at home, if you're watching YouTube, if you're watching TV, forget about the TV, come and watch the channel. I've got loads of content from different areas of the island to warm you up for your holidays. I've got my island update coming out tomorrow as well with some really important information for you too. What else? Check out my video from over on the Playa de Palma today. That's also very important, and I am going to be back. Oh look, there's a bar here. I'm just going to stick my stick on here and then I won't be waving my camera around. There. Right. Yes, that's better. Oh, the arm. Anyway, and I will be back over here. I'll be doing a live stream in the next couple of weeks, so watch out for my content coming out. I'm kind of furiously editing at the moment. I will also have a flight video coming out this week to let you know what's going on at the airport and how my experience was, and also coming back into the island as well. So fingers crossed, things are looking good over at the airport. I also hope to bring you an update as well with a few other issues regarding special assistance as well. I'm not settling for people coming over here on holiday, paying a ton of money and not having the same kind of equal rights to a holiday that other people have as well. So there's a few bits and pieces I've seen around the island, want to get those resolved so you can all come over and have an amazing time. But in the meantime, thanks so much for the super chat. So really appreciate it. Thanks for joining me. I shall see you very soon on the next one. I will spin the camera around. You're going to get some final views here. Let's have a look at where I am. I'm at the corner of the Red Line. And have an absolutely amazing rest of a Sunday, wherever you're watching in the world. And I shall see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.